So this is Comic-Con week. Any surprises you can tease for what you guys are doing at Comic-Con, and any news that people not attending should be looking out for?
I know that we're going to be showing a cool clip at our panel that I think people are going to really get a kick out of.
We have a lot. I mean, it's a very frequent conversation to have in the Rick and Morty room. A very, very frequent thing that happens is someone saying something crazy, maybe even as what's called a room bit, like, which is typically an unusable kind of thing. But then, as they're finishing it, everyone going, yeah, why not? And I think that's a very healthy room to be in. I know that, like, I can't remember what the origin of Pickle Rick was, but
I think it was something like that.
It was basically like, I mean, that was probably the peak of season 3 of our health, our kind of yes and, because someone said he turns himself into a pickle, and instead of any energy being put into why that wouldn't work, I just remember at a certain point I got really excited about it. As a kind of like, the episode of Breaking Bad where they're stuck in the RV and the opportunities that those sort of, not only bottle episodes, but this isn't anything but a bottle episode, the Pickle Rick thing, but that RV episode of Breaking Bad, it gets very granular about the inside workings of Walter White's mind. And so we got excited about Rick turning himself into a pickle for that reason.
Yeah.
But what was your?
Well, I mean, like something that was, I don't know if this was so much like, no, come on, but seriously kind of a thing. But the bored girlfriend was something that we were trying to break in season 1, the Unity episode, but it wasn't anywhere near what we ultimately ended up doing in season 2. But that's an example of an idea that we had. At least the seed of, the idea of Rick dating this hive-minded, entity in season 1, and couldn't quite crack it. I think you were on Harmontown tour, and I remember Ridley and I were trying to like figure that thing out, and then it just wasn't quite where it needed to be. But in any case, it came back in season 2. We brought it. We were like, well, what about that? Could we actually do that properly? And then, I don't know, I think the only other one I can think of is the Lighthouse Keeper, more akin to the, what you're describing, which is like we're laughing, we're crying, but we're like, okay, no, but seriously, we can't have a second act where they go and sit listening to an old man in a lighthouse read a screenplay. Like, come on, we gotta, let's really fucking figure out the second act here. And then, we just kept on going back to the lighthouse. We would talk for 10 minutes about other ways it could go, and then it would just continue to circle back around to the Lighthouse Keeper, and for no other reason than it was just fun. And we were just laughing.
It could be poignant too. It could be like a right what you know thing, because when you think about purge mythologies, you think, well, this is about the savagery of society and the hypocrisy of the pretense of law and order and things. And then one thing that never visited in those purge movies or in any kind of purge type sci-fi episode is the fact that some of the loftiest, high-mindedest nerds, the people that would hide from the purge and just stay under their bed and lament society's savagery, might be the first people who would just go off about a Wonder Woman movie or something that didn't fit their definition of their pop culture religion. And Morty ends up pushing a guy down the stairs because his screenplay is so horrible, and he can get away with it because he's purging. And Rick starts praising him, and Morty's like, "No, that's not what I was doing."
Talk about a little about your favorite guest stars for this season.
That's a good question. We've got some pretty amazing people. Thomas Middleditch is going to be featured in an episode this season. Susan Sarandon. Who else? We got Danny Trejo. We got Peter Serafinowicz.
Christian Slater. For you community fans, and actually for fans of just great, wonderful people, Joel McHale is in an episode, and Gillian Jacobs is in another episode.
Yeah, and I guarantee we're forgetting.
Keith David reprises his role as the GD president of the MFing United States, which is, is probably going to confuse people. That's how. I never considered Keith's character an analog for Obama. I don't see the world through that lens. Literally was just the trope of the strong president that you see in movies. But it surely will be people will be like, wait, was he supposed to be Obama, or did you think?
Did we ever say his actual name? It's just Mr. President, I think.
Yeah, I don't think
we
we
never
know
say his name. Yeah, he's fantastic.
I love that character. For you Doctor Who fans, it's like the lieutenant that would invite the Tom Baker Doctor Who occasionally to just like. It's like I love that role in the Sci-Fi Wanderer series of the local terrestrial government official who needs help sometimes and kind of bogs you down and like fighting the Loch Ness Monster or something.
Hey YouTubers, happy Comic-Con week continues, and there is a new round of that merch giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. So they basically just dropped all those guest stars, a whole bunch of people from Community, Danny Trejo, Peter Serafinowicz. Christian Slater is an interesting one. That makes me wonder if they're going to do a Mr. Robot episode. But they confirmed they're going to drop a Comic-Con trailer during their panel. They might post that online, they might not, but we're less than 10 days away from the premiere as I'm posting this. So there will be new promos. If you're down at Comic-Con, they're also screening the episodes at Petco Park, but I think it's just a repeat of episode 1. The special footage they're talking about is probably from episode 2 or from a future episode, but they make it sound like it's a single clip from a single episode and not just a bunch of stuff cut together. But what'll happen is that panel is on Friday. I'll do a video for whatever it is they have. There've been a lot of things happening at Comic-Con that just haven't panned out. People haven't brought footage for anything, so it makes doing videos a little bit easier. It's always easier when there's less stuff that I have to worry about. So if you have any special Comic-Con requests, just leave them in the comments below. But there'll be new Rick and Morty coming on Friday. I'll be adding stuff to my Comic-Con playlist at the top of my channel, so you'll see all the regular comic book stuff from Marvel, DC, the movies, the TV shows. I'll just be adding it to that. Congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Supersonic Bread. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. You can click here to rewatch the Rick and Morty Season 3 trailer, and you can click here for all my other Comic-Con trailer videos, starting with The Punisher. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys this weekend.